to the DCCAP E-Summit Spring Edition, I guess. So hopefully everyone's doing okay. My name is Tim Deep. I'm the Customer Success Manager at DCCAP. I'll be hosting today. So next we have Bharani Nagarathnam. He's the Associate Director and Instructional Assistant Professor at Texas A&M University, and he'll be talking about distribution digital transformation, how to align and engage your sales, marketing, and business development teams. So Dr. Bharani Nagarathnam is a faculty and associate director of Master of Industrial Distribution at the Industrial Distribution Program at Texas A&M University. He teaches graduate and undergraduate courses and has more than 20 years of experience in teaching, applied research, and business development. Dr. Nagarathnam has worked on applied industry projects, consortia, and professional development programs for more than 100 industrial distributors and manufacturers. He runs the Talent Development Council that works with wholesale distributions on talent acquisition, management, and development practices. So I'd like to welcome up Dr. Bharani.
Thank you, Tim. Thanks to Karthik and the DCCAP team for the opportunity to share some of our research and experiences. You heard a lot about our platforms, processes, products. My presentation is going to be on people, especially sales and marketing talent. For those of you who don't know about Texas A&M, we are one of the oldest and largest distribution-focused educational programs in the US. We have more than 1,000 undergraduate students who study industrial distribution, which is an interdisciplinary degree of engineering and business. We also have a master's program built for working professionals called MID. It's been running for 20 plus years. And in fact, one of the upcoming speakers, Brandon Hagan, is a graduate of both the undergraduate and the master's program. So let's talk about 3 levels of business transformation. We heard a lot from the speakers earlier regarding some of the fundamentals of e-commerce, the must-haves, right? To have a great search, product information, pricing, and so on. So these are all essential if you want to move your company forward in a digital environment. Then you have the differentiators, right? A personalization. Think of Netflix, Amazon. Each and every time you log in based on your preferences and things you have engaged with them, you get to see different things. Then customer segmentation, we call that a customer stratification, to where you segment the customer based on a number of criteria. Based on that, you can apply the pricing rules, shipping rules, many things, and especially in an online environment, it is easy to do that. Then if you have the ability to provide a quotes or even a project bidding, ability for customers to upload their bill of materials to generate pricing, punch out catalogs where you have the B2B storefront inside and a company's purchasing procurement system. So all of these things help your company become a differentiator, right? So then finally, the competitive advantage comes from doing a certain number of things. But what is competitive advantage? Competitive advantage is one of 2 things. It could be things your competition can't or won't do. That's number 1. Or things your competition can do, but you can do it cheaper, faster, better, right? most of the companies are in that group where we want to create a competitive advantage. And when it comes to a digital transformation, there are a number of things that distributors are working on to create a competitive advantage for themselves. Like we heard about omni-channel selling, a contractor, a customer, if they walk into the store, if they call in on the phone, and if they order online using a website or an app, they should be able to get the same pricing and be able to access the same services, right? Then value-added services, things like being able to do kitting, developing a capability, design solutions, where you help your customers with design. So as an example, there's a company called RS Components. They have a platform called Design Spark, where engineers can design electronic components, and it generates a bill of materials that takes them to their website to order, right? So CRM integration, to where both offline buying transactions and online buying transactions and the customer buying behavior touch points are all collected and analyzed and used to improve the company. So we hear a lot about customer experience. So the discussion has shifted from customer service to customer experience. So anything that we can do, I think Karthik mentioned this earlier, to reduce friction, to make customers successful, help make distributors profitable. So how do we get there? Remember, all the topics we are talking about regarding e-commerce, transformation, value creation, customer experience, etc., are only strategies on a paper, right? People execute your plans. So people are very, very important. The speed at which your company can grow is only dependent on your people. In today's economy, everything else has been flattened. You and your competition have access to capital, access to technology, access to suppliers, right? The only differentiator is people. Value of human resources is often underestimated. It's typically shown in the P&L as an expense and nowhere to be found on the balance sheet as an asset, right? So for good reasons, growing your own talent to achieve this digital transformation is a better idea. So we recommend that you align your business plan to your people plan in order to grow. So that is very, very important to be able to achieve your digital transformation. So some of the things to consider, and then I will take one example and dive deep and show you an example. Because of the time, we will go over some high level topics, then drill deep into one of them. Rethink your inside sales, outside sales, sales force model. And I'm sure a lot of you distributors are beginning to do that, because during the pandemic, a lot of the outside sales, they were doing what inside sales were already doing. And we see many distributors beginning to assign smaller accounts to inside sales to be able to make outbound calls, etc. Add role clarity to your sales process. What is the role of the inside sales? What is the role of the outside sales? And when a customer calls with a problem, whose responsibility it is. And when you have a lead from marketing, whose responsibility it is. I think Matt brought up this important point, is address the account ownership and the commission structure in order to incentivize your sales force to drive a customers to nudge your customers to use your e-commerce platform. Even if they don't want to order online, they can look up the pricing, they can look up the availability, they can look up their previous orders. That relieves the time from your sales professionals to focus on more value-added activities, right? Incentivize the sales teams to encourage a customer behavior. When somebody calls for pricing, you can, if the sales force should be incentivized to say, hey, can you, did you know that you can get instant pricing on our app? You don't have to call me. So if you say that 2 or 3 times, then the 4th time, it may take less time for the customer to do that. Then when they are scrolling through the app, they also see their previous ad. Then they are looking at your recommendations. So that's how the customer behavior modifies. Focus on your marketing team. Their job, their responsibility should be to drive awareness through email campaigns, social media campaigns, working on the email list. Ultimately, generating leads, right? The leads go into the sales team to be converted to a sales. And purely focus your business development teams to be hunters focused on growth. So it is very important that we take people, their roles, their responsibilities when we think about and plan our digital transformations. So this is not just a process issue. We should also think about people. So we recommend that you focus on hiring the right talent and developing them and retaining them. You cannot achieve excellence in your organization with mediocre talent. Having said that, I wanted to say that there are many things you can do when it comes to hiring people, developing people. There's about 10 different things that we advise companies regarding talent acquisition, 8 different things on talent management. But we are going to take just one thing for the sake of this presentation about job titles and career paths. So this is really for how do you recruit millennial and Gen Z entry level as a sales professional, right? So I wanted to give you a perspective of the next generation of talent. What are their aspirations, needs, and wants, right? According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the median tenure in the US is 4.1 years. And when you're looking at younger people, it's even less, 2.8 years. So why are they moving? What do they want? What younger generation want is opportunities to advance, opportunities to learn. I think Karthik mentioned that, and feedback and appreciation, right? These are all the things that are driving the next generation of talent's needs. So as distributors and industrial manufacturers, how can we attract qualified individuals to join our sales force, right? One thing to do, again, this is one of many things, is to rethink your job titles and career paths. If you say that we are hiring you as a sales trainee, it's going to be very hard for you to recruit a 4-year college graduate to come and work as a sales trainee. And if you say that we have 2 jobs, inside sales and outside sales, then that's also becoming a challenge. So I wanted to share with you that when you tweak the job titles, of course, job descriptions and all the things that go along with that, we see an improvement in being able to recruit, attract the right candidates. Because job titles are important for millennials and Gen Z. Maybe for somebody who's old like me, or maybe some of you, it's more about the compensation and growth, but for younger people, that is very important. And as a company, if you don't have a career path, that's also going to be a challenging, one of the reasons why people leave, because they cannot see what is their next job. So I wanted to share here some of the sample job titles that we encourage you to look into, think about, also add some steps so that people get advancement opportunities in the first 2 or 3 years. So I wanted to share this one real life example. This is from a distributor called Ryerson. They are one of the largest metals distributors. This is how they have reinvented their inside sales team. They are no longer called inside sales or customer service. They have changed all the names to be a customer focused and clearly defined their roles. So the path is not you come into inside sales, and if you are successful, do good, you go into outside sales. You can have a long career in inside sales, and they are doing the same for the outside sales. Do you see the names that they're using and the roles that they're developing? They have developed the competencies, the training, the metrics behind these names. So I just wanted to quickly share that one thing that you can do that could be your action item that you can take on today. Career paths are very important. When you try to recruit a young person, and when they ask, what is my next level? And if your response is, if you work hard enough and if you work long enough, good things will happen, they are thinking you don't have a career path for them. So it's very important that you develop that. So in summary, when it comes to hiring the top talent, you are not competing with other distributors. You are competing with everybody. And no one thing is going to make a significant difference. So we encourage you to benchmark your practices, continuously innovate, and build a strong pipeline of talent, especially in the sales and marketing areas, in order to achieve your digital transformation strategies. So I just wanted to quickly share that we work very deeply in this area of talent acquisition, talent development through the Talent Development Council. Right now we have about 25 distributors that we work as a group. If you're interested in more information, contact me. With that, I wanted to turn it over to Tim.
Thank you so much, Dr. Bharani, on your slides about distribution, digital transformation, and just the extra insight on the career growth. So thank you so much for that. That's it. That's all we have for now. And hopefully you guys will stay tuned for our next Summit in November. We do have sessions on a monthly basis on specific case study examples. And I think for the one for June will be more on the Jan-San industry. So the janitor and sanitation industry. But that's it for me. Thank you guys so much for all your time, and we'll see you guys again. Stay safe out there. Bye, guys.